Transition to the felony stops, you have to take it more serious. There's a potential threat. Sometimes it's just a stolen vehicle that, they forgot to say it wasn't stolen anymore. There's a lot more that goes into it, a lot more steps to ensure the safety of everyone around you.
The big difference is it's higher risk, although no stop is the same. You never know what you're going to come up on. It could just be a regular traffic stop at first, and it could turn, to something very deadly very quick. You have a lot of other officers there in the moment. For our scenarios, at least, we all work together for that.
Felony stops are very orchestrated, right? You're doing the same things, you're calling out the commands, you have a safety net of sorts. I mean, you should never feel safe in one of those situations because it's so unknown and so high risk.
It gets your adrenaline going a lot more than you think that it will. And simulating that instead of just jumping into it, it's huge realizing the difference. You always need to be alert and ready, but when you're going into a felony traffic stop, you're already assuming the worst. So really making sure that your partner is there next to you and developing good communication to get through that, and then battling your adrenaline. It's really interesting, and it's cool the way that they train you to deal with that.
Whenever it comes to conducting it with live simulations, it's just your adrenaline's pumped up. And so we were going through the motions a little bit. We did them consecutively over and over and over again without simulations. But then whenever like an actual little round that it does sting a good amount is coming at you, your adrenaline pumps up a little more. It's more realistic. So I'd say trying to remember all of the basics of what we were taught.
There's a lot to remember. Paying attention to your suspect, the vehicle, everything going on around you, knowing where your fellow officers are, and just making sure you hit every step in the process of making sure that stop is as safe as it can be.
They hurt. It kind of is like more eye-opening because okay, that hurt. In real life, that would be way more detrimental. So now I need to switch up my approach. The reason I got hit, went to the passenger side instead of the driver's side, so I was already out in the open. A real life scenario, maybe be more cognizant of the area and everything that's going on.
Felony traffic stops are very structured, and doing it with the simunitions, it makes it feel a lot more real, because even though if you've ever been shot with a paintball gun, you know what it's going to feel like, but just that anticipation of, oh, I might get shot and it's going to hurt, elevates your heart rate. You're breathing a little bit heavier, you get that tunnel vision. Even though it's only going to feel like a little bee sting, you still get into your fight or flight mode. So doing it with that fight or flight mode engaged made it feel a whole lot more real. We need to have our minds right? We need to be able to communicate effectively, not only with the person we're performing the felony stop on, but also with each other, right? If communication between the officers breaks down, the whole stop just going to disintegrate. So having that elevated heart rate, your increased respirations, and just having it feel more real, but still being able to communicate clearly was definitely the most difficult part.
It really gives something for your brain to think about. When you can go through it and talk about it all that you want, but when you're really going through something and putting that simunition to where you would be getting hit at and how fast that can be, it was kind of mind-blowing to realize how fast someone could get their weapon right in front of you. It's really kind of eye-opening to realize the danger you're putting yourself in and how quickly things can escalate.
Going into the active shooter situations, I was very keen on learning. Okay, what is the best formation for this situation? What is the best tactic to be able to handle a hostage situation or an active shooter situation? So really just all of the pieces for me fit together so well.
I would say that when you're thinking about room clearing or building clearing, it might not seem like that big of a deal, but when the scenarios that they brought to us involve innocent civilians, with alert or whatever it might be, you're more worried not just about getting to the subject, but about putting innocent people in between that subject and them being in the way. It alters your decision making and gives you a lot more things to think about before just acting.
One of the things that I was taught while I was in the Marine Corps is whenever you enter a room, you want to charge toward the unknown. What they're teaching in alert is go towards your known, but also still check your unknown. So that was a huge differentiation from what I was taught in the Marine Corps compared to what I was doing in alert training. And honestly, it made a lot of sense. They explained to us that there's a lot of studying that went behind it and that it's definitely the safest way to go about it. So